According to new statistics from the National Bureau of Economic Research, roughly 15,000 people in this country died as a result of Republicans' decision to not expand Medicaid under the Affordable Care Act, under Obamacare. After all, the Supreme Court ruled in 2012 that states can opt out of the Medicaid expansion should they choose to do so. And 14 Republican-controlled states across this country said, we're opting out. We're not going to expand Medicaid health care coverage to people making 138% above the poverty line, because that's what Obamacare had raised it to. That's what was going to help people get on insurance when they couldn't otherwise afford it. The Medicaid expansion was a massive part of the Affordable Care Act, but the decision by these states, these 14 Republican-led states, to not expand Medicaid, according to the numbers, resulted in an additional 15,000 deaths that otherwise could have been prevented had these low-income families had access to health care. And that's the point, folks. Republicans right now, Trump has just approved a 2020 budget that's going to cut Medicaid by an additional $750 billion. And what's that going to do? Well, according to data and according to trends, it's going to result in more deaths here in the United States. People are dying because they don't have health care. And I know I said the word access a few seconds ago. I didn't mean to say access, because they didn't have access to health care. It's because they didn't have health care. And that little word, believe it or not, actually does change things, because you hear presidential candidates on the Democratic side saying people are going to have access to health care. Literally everyone in this country has access to health care right now. We just can't afford it. So what good does access do us? No. There is no more talk about access to it. There is no supplemental plans. There is Medicare for all, and there's nothing else. Except no substitutions, folks. People are dying in this country. Good, hardworking, honest American citizens dead just because they couldn't go to a doctor. Just because they couldn't afford their insulin. This is done. We're done. We're done having this conversation. Medicare for all and nothing else. We know the numbers now. We see them. These are real. We look at the research methods used. I mean, the researchers here looked at low-income families who fell within that threshold, but because Republicans didn't expand it, they didn't get Medicaid, they couldn't afford insurance, and that's how they came up with this. These numbers are reliable. Without health care, people die. That's the talking point. That's it. That's all you need. And yet we still have these wishy-washy Democratic candidates who won't just flatly come out and say, Medicare for all, nothing else. I mean, they're out there worrying about, well, some people like their private health insurance. Nobody loves their insurance provider. You also hear the stupid argument that, well, some doctors don't take Medicare. Okay, well, once that becomes the standard, they will, or else they go out of business. So that's a really dumb argument made by really dumb people. It honest to God is. And that's like if Bitcoin became the national currency and people are like, well, Target doesn't accept Bitcoin. Yeah, if it was the only thing available, they would have to accept it, you idiots. Stop making stupid arguments because you can't come up with something cogent to fight against this policy because you know it's the best route. Medicare for all and nothing else. Anything short of that will result in more unnecessary deaths in this country. Thanks for watching, everybody. And don't forget, if you like what you see here, like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel. And now you can also become a member of Ring of Fire and get exclusive early access to certain Ring of Fire videos all throughout the week. Just click on the little join button right below the video.